Hello, and welcome to this episode of Frankie's Cultural Observations. Today, we're going to be analysing Audi drivers. Audi drivers are just BMW drivers that got older and stayed assholes. Audi drivers are natural born leaders that demand your respect, and they deserve it. They've spent all their money on an Audi they couldn't afford just to impress you. Audi drivers are fueled by petrol pumps, the illusion of personal growth, and judging people that don't drive Audis to make themselves feel like the tallest 5'7" kings on this side of the motorway. Audi drivers may seem aggressive and inconsiderate, but that's just because they are. Audi drivers always have a nickname for their car. It's usually the Batmobile. Even though the most heroic thing they've done all week was pretend to have a terminal illness to wriggle their way out of a speeding ticket. Audi drivers are a magical species. They're the only road users on earth that can park in 4 different spaces at the same time and still make it look like it's your problem. Audi drivers see themselves as ambitious, goal-driven, mid-level managers, but everyone else sees them beeping innocent cyclists and trying to run pedestrians off the road when they cross the street without their permission. Audi drivers crave social interaction. They're known to leave their full lights on when driving into oncoming traffic. This may seem like an arrogant move, but really it's just how an Audi driver displays their affection. When it comes to understanding their own emotions, they don't have any indicators. When an Audi driver tries to talk about how they feel, they clam up and get a skin rash from the irritation of vulnerability, leaving them in serious need for an oil change. Audi drivers don't have any guy friends, they just have males that they're secretly in competition with. The BMW, Audi, Mercedes trifecta is a hierarchy as old as the concrete that paves the autobahn. The Audi drivers judge the BMW drivers for their reckless behaviour and strong cologne, but the BMW drivers have no idea they're being judged because they're too busy making poor life decisions. Some BMW drivers will graduate to Audihood, and the rest will remain childish forever. Mercedes drivers are a grade above the Audi drivers, but like the BMW drivers, they have no idea that the Audi drivers hate them, because they own a Mercedes, which obviously means their life is complete and they don't have time to create enemies. Once they get promoted in their meaningless sales job, some Audi drivers will become Mercedes drivers, at which point they'll forget they ever drove an Audi in the first place, and magically grow a few inches overnight. There's a subset of young Audi drivers who only own Audis because they got them on a lease, and they'll be paying them well into their 40s, at which point they'll have died from being the victims of a side-on collision with an oncoming truck that they pulled out from under while molesting the aux cord to listen to some mainstream house music on the way to the Turkish barbers that they work in. The Audi itself becomes the iron cage in which the Audi drivers live, confined to a prison cell of calculated rationalizations about why it's okay to take pictures of yourself in your car and send them to strangers on Snapchat. Audi drivers are often designed in the image of the Audi itself, which is why they look good on the outside, but on the inside they're in need of constant maintenance to stop themselves from breaking down on the side of the road somewhere. Much like the Audis, you can actually buy Audi drivers. You can have them in any colour you want, so long as they're white. Audi drivers are always white. It's important when dealing with an Audi driver to understand their rituals. You should never try to overtake an Audi driver on the road, because they'll automatically see you as a threat and think you're trying to race them, which might be the most dangerous thing you've ever done, because when it comes to the milieu of an Audi driver, blinkers and seatbelts are both optional and just get in the way.